What's up, YouTube? We're right in the middle of this project. Let's have a conversation. What is it that you expect from a shop? Hey man, what's going on?
Hey, I only have a couple minutes. We ran out of booze, so we made up some emergency thing and got the pilot to land the plane, but
oh really?
Yeah, man, my truck's not working. Think you could look at it? You got time to look at it?
Yeah, bring it in. We'll check it out.
Alright, so I'm here to drop off the vehicle. Here's the keys. Oh. What model? Yeah. It's like a 1982 transmission, but the engine was like a 93, but they only made it for like a year, so, and it depends on which half the year too, so, but no, it's all good, because the shop just said it was just a clip. So, anyway, I'm just here to drop it off. Should be super easy. Okay, here's the key. So what you gotta do is first take this key, throw it in, and then, oh no, let me back up. First you gotta take this key and unlock the door, because, you know, it's just different and it's from the future. So, then you, remember, put this one in, listen for 4 clicks. 4. Don't try and start it before the 4, but then you gotta jiggle the key until you get it to work, and then, oh yeah, it's gotta be in drive, because in 1965 they changed it and whatever else, and then I didn't like that, so I put a different axle in, so forget about that anyway. But no, dude, it's super easy. It's gonna just, all you gotta do is put the clip in, and, you know, just call me when it's done. And how much should it be? How much is it gonna be? Oh, well, they said like $200. Yeah, because it's simple. You just take the thing off, put the clip in, boom, bam, and I'll be back to pick it up.
What is it that you expect from a shop? It's almost impossible to answer.
I get it, because sometimes,
If it's the daily driver, you don't care. Just fix it, turn the key, I want the car to go. If it's a time attack car or a drift car where you're on a track and you slam into a wall or something breaks, it's not that big of a deal. Tow truck comes, they drag it off the course, and you're back at your trailer repairing it. So maybe performance would take a higher weight over reliability in that point. But what if you're in the middle of the desert? What if you're 50 miles from cell phone reception and the only way to get help is to walk until you can make the call? So maybe reliability is key. It's a really difficult question to answer. What is it that you want from a shop? And not only that, you as a customer might have different requirements for all these different projects. Maybe you're going on a trip and you need this thing next week. So why are we starting this video in the middle of this project? I think it's a really good opportunity to point some things out and maybe answer some of those questions. As the person who's dealing with this, what's going through my head? How am I interacting with the customer? What considerations am I looking at? First of all, that shop did the transfer case, the part-time 4-wheel drive, but when they went to go put the axles in, the factory axles, the clips in the axles didn't line up. I don't remember if it was inside or outside or what, but the parts weren't correct. And so today we'll be doing RCV axles. We got a pound of grease for each side. We got the full rebuild kit for all the berths, seals, shims, all that stuff. We're gonna do bushings when we do the arms. Ooh! And if you're gonna do something, do it right. Especially if you use it. Get some RCV axles. These things are badass. They're the best in the business. All the Ultra 4 teams use that stuff. You will not break these. Of course, just plan on it not working. Because like we said, a lot of this stuff's not factory. We're trying to mix and match generations of parts. Are the axles even the right length? Are they the right size? Do we have all the clips? Are we missing something? Let's QA it, take our time, clean everything up the way it should have been, change all the seals, do everything correctly, the right way. Let's take our time. This isn't a flat rate shop. This is the exact place you want to be with something like this. Of course, it goes without saying, if you're here just for the rebuild video, it's on the channel or the link's in the description where we go through slowly, talk about all the tools, the bolts, whatever else. Also, there will be a comparison video comparing Toyota versus G-Wagons versus some of the other vehicles. Go check it out. So I see what they're talking about. We got the locking hub off, and what you can see in there, the hub spins on the bearing. The splines that are on the axle get driven towards this are way back away from this face. So when you turn this to free, it pulls this sleeve away from the inner splines and allows the outer hub to rotate without the axle. And then when you flip this to lock, what happens is that sleeve gets pushed on this spring out away from this face and engages the axle and locks through from this spline into this, which is the outer hub. So the problem with this setup and the factory axle shafts, the clip that holds the axle from going into the diff, I guess, is not long enough. But you can see that this axle moves ever so slightly, and where this clip would go is way out here. We got our dial caliper. When we pull the axle out, we measure, and we'll use that to measure the new shafts. This face here keeps the axle from sliding out. This face to the inside of one of these two snap ring grooves. It's basically spot on. So what that tells me is these shafts are good for both this factory configuration and with the locking hubs. So I think we got it figured out. We know what we got to do. Let's get it all apart and see how it goes back together.
Yeah, hey man, hit me up. Just wondering how long that truck's gonna take. You know, I got that thing that we talked about. You know, it's a simple job. What happened? Call me back. Hey, yeah, I had to dip out to Thailand quick. Go take care of something. Trying to talk to me about owing money for life or child support. I don't know. I wasn't really listening. But anyway, how's that truck going? Did you get that clip to fit? Should've just went in, right? Went right in? You get it? Turn the key? 4 clicks? Woo! Hey man, we were in Vegas. Got wild. I don't know. Can't really remember what happened, but it was crazy. You gotta come out with us. We might have to delay the pickup. I'm running out of money. I'll let you know. Hey, I got your message. Sorry I didn't pick up. We're playing tag here. Thanks for doing all that work. I'm glad to hear it. It's all back together and everything, but I'm thinking of doing something else. We should rip it out and do this other thing for this other event. What do you think? Shouldn't be that much, right? Real simple.
All right, we're back. And just like that, it's all apart. Again, the difference between a flat rate shop and something like this is how clean is your process? How much in your budget are you leaving to clean your parts? Let me show you what we found only after we ripped this down and had everything scrubbed clean. Looking at the hub, the wheel bearing rides inside and the seal goes over it. So the only way to inspect this bearing is to rip the seal out, pull this out, get rid of all the grease, and do a proper inspection. And how are you going to inspect anything when it's covered in grease? You can't feel anything, you can't see anything. It has to be torn down, washed, all the grease gone, both surfaces. And so now we have a proper surface for inspection, and if we have to, pound out the races. So what did we find? See that shiny spot on this surface back here? That bearing was floating on the spindle, on the back. I hope it shows up with the light, but all the rollers are discolored. They look fine. At first inspection, they feel fine. They don't howl. But what's going on here with that? Would you put that bearing back in? So on the mating face, I'm interested to know, is that because this is not round? Is this cracked? But it's there in the spindle nose. Would you run that? It's not going to break, but would it last? You trying to do the Le Mans 24-hour? Or are you just running groceries? Here's an interesting find. So in the back side of an oil seal is a little spring to keep tension on the wiper. And when you go to push the axles through, it's real easy to blow these springs out. So both sides, these were just floating in the housing. Again, 99% of times that axle never really articulates. So how's that going to work its way into the center? But if you're doing a lot of rock crawling, guess where that's going? Straight into the middle. So you tell me, as the customer, is this what you want to pay for? That's how I work. That's why my stuff never breaks down. That's part of the reason why I'm always rescuing people instead of the other way around. You want your stuff to work? This is what it takes. A good race team does this after every single race. That's the difference. It costs money for me to sit there and stare at something and figure it out. You can get the service manual and try and compare, but again, flat rate. First thing that's wrong, boop, you're out, you're losing money. Bang it back together, send it down the road, they'll end up at a different shop. Not here. Anyway, let's start putting this thing back together, see what else we find.
Alright, spoiler alert, we didn't really find anything. Check out the other video if you're interested in the details. Again, enjoy the build montage here with some music. And also we're going to do a setup video on the front end of this, bending the arms to adjust the caster, making sure it bumps right, all of that stuff. Another video talking specifically about solid axle geometry. Here's a sneak peek of our hydraulic press for bending the arms. Oh, look at them welds. Damn! That's what it takes. It's a lot of force to bend these. Alright, we will leave you with that. If you're still with us, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will see you on the next one.